Hi there, my name's Ryan Thomas, and I am the founder of RST Consulting. And we redesign workflows to utilize AI. And one of the workflows I've actually been working on at the moment is my own workflows. So before AI really took hold, a lot of the work that I was doing was in web development with WordPress, doing a lot of custom things with that. It's quite a powerful CMS. But what I'm seeing now with the proliferation of AI is a lot more of my clients are they're trying things. They're curious. They want to see what they can achieve with AI. And one of the things that they're tackling first is building simple uh, websites, really. So the landing pages more than anything. Now, behind me here, you can see an example of one that I've actually put together using Tailwind, GSAP, some other things like that, to make it look like this. So this is not just a standard design, it's using an actual design framework called Tailwind. So I've just used a prompt to create this. This is the fifth version of the page I've made. The first few had some design issues. So at this point, I've got a site that I like the look of, right? I mean, I'm missing some images and stuff, but for the purposes of this video, we'll say that I've landed on a design I'm pretty happy with. All the images are working, links, things like that throughout this, they all work. However, what you're noticing here is that this is just a single file. There's actually no pages. There's no ability to add in email notifications or e-commerce functionality or anything like that. So what we've got is a really beautiful landing page that can't really be used unless I gave it to a developer and they went and made it so that it actually did work. Now, I know a lot of my clients are very clever people, and if I gave them something where they could take their LLM generated landing page, import it into a tool that I make, they would actually be able to create a full site. And so I've gone ahead and made that product. It's called Website Director, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So I'm going to take this landing page that's just running locally on my computer, and I'm going to upload it to a tool that I've made that will convert it into a full-blown website with multiple pages. You can add e-commerce, blogs, all that sort of thing. So I'm going to jump in to do that now. And all right, so here we are. We've got a URL, so I'm actually going to delete everything I've got here now. So I'm on a web server at the moment, and I'm in the root directory of that web server, and I'm just going to upload the website director package. And just actually what I was just showing you there. So this is how many releases I've made of this product. Now, every time I do a new iteration, I'm really just fixing a problem, and I'm using what's called test-driven development, where I'll do one thing, I'll check that that thing works, and then I'll do the next thing, I'll check that that thing works, and then at the end, I'll go through and do the full workflow process. Is it all working? Did anything break with those other changes? Most of the time, it doesn't break, but it can. Okay, so I'm going to extract this. This is my application. Now I have to actually move it into the root directory because it wasn't there to begin with. Now, if I were just to go straight to this, it doesn't work. You actually have to put in the install path, the import path, like so. And that's just so that not everyone can just come and upload something. And the importer only runs once. Once you've run it, someone can't just come and overwrite your website. Okay, so here's my upload field. I'm going to go into, where is it? Here it is, version 4, 1, which will be 5. So I'm going to open that, and I'm going to analyze the pages. So it's picked up these pages from the navigation bar at the top. It's asking me to create an account so I can log in to the CMS. I'm going to import. that's it, done. It's imported, it created the pages. Now I'm going to go to the front end. Okay, so we're in the site now, and as you can see, we're actually loaded into the editor for Website Director. See the app bar at the top here, and we can go to these pages in the back end of the CMS, which I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so this toolbar at the bottom is actually the editor. This is how we make changes to the page. Now, as you realize, this is actually version 5 of the page. I spent a lot of time in ChatGPT refining the look. So I don't actually want to change the design. What I would like to do, though, is be able to edit the text. And so what I've done is I've added this node selector, and it allows you to just, with your mouse, point at what you want to edit, and then of course click it so it's selected. And then from here, if I were changing the design, for example, if I wanted to center the text or align it to the right, I could just type that in as a prompt and then generate that update. Now, of course, I haven't actually gone into the settings of this application, and I haven't added an API key. So there is no AI being used in the site at the moment. Everything that's happened is all programmatic. It's all dynamic, and I can still edit text directly. So if I gave this to a client and they didn't want to use AI to design prompt, they would just come in and be able to edit text directly like this. And then I would click publish. So that saves the change. And as you can see, the text is appearing there. Now, I actually don't want that text there, so I'm going to get rid of it. And that change will be saved as well. So this is actually auto-saved, but I like to just publish and confirm. Yep, we're all good. Excellent. So this is the node selector and text editor. So these are just built in. You don't need to have AI to be able to modify this. Okay, now we know that we can edit, we can change the design, we can change the text. Let's have a look at the back end now. Okay, so we're in the back end CMS. So if you've ever used WordPress, you would understand the WordPress admin dashboard. It is ugly as. So I wanted to avoid that, and I designed something that's quite simple. Uses sort of like Wix and Squarespace. They all kind of use this kind of screenshot for each page type thing. You've got your details here, and we can get back into that editor mode from here just by clicking edit, and we can also unpublish those pages as well. Now, the two modules that have been added that give this, I guess, a little bit of, I don't know, uniqueness or a bit of extra juice, a bit of extra power, is the blog and the events. So the blog is your standard thing that you would experience using WordPress, writing blog posts. So we've created, there's a text editor in here for you to create blog posts. As you can see, there is actually none created at the moment. And because there are none, there is no blog in the navbar. As soon as I create a blog post, the blog navbar link will appear, and I can also call it something else. I could rename it to Insights or News or something like that. So that's the blog section, and then events. Now, if you run workshops like I do, and what I'm showing you right now, this type stuff, this would be something I would do in a workshop with people, creating products, redesigning workflows, making things easier, I think is probably a good way to think about it. So events are also, they don't show up until you create them. So there's nothing at the moment. If I were to go in and add a workshop in here, I could also add the pricing and the Stripe payment link. So there's no e-commerce in the actual site. So if someone hacked the site, quite difficult the way that it's created. But if they were to hack it, they wouldn't actually be able to access anything because the payment is all handled in Stripe, and all we're using is the payment link, which would open up the Stripe checkout. But that allows you to list events on the site. So there's no products at the moment, like a shop page. This is more designed for coaches that do workshops. Yeah, I could add products to it. Of course, it's not too difficult to do that. But at this stage, I didn't want to overload with features. So now we can adjust the navigation. So this is all the nav bar that sits at the top. We can rearrange the order if we want, and we can add in new pages as well. Media section. So again, if you've used WordPress before, there is a media library. All the images in the site at the moment. So as we saw, there are none. I think there was a few. No, if they're charts or anything like that, they're not images. They'll be loaded correctly as a chart. So media and then leads. So this is the cool bit. If someone fills out the contact form, the lead will come up in here as well as being emailed to you. So if you lost that email, you could come in and grab your leads from here as well. And then connections. So this is where I would extend the application going forward. So for example, email capture to MailChimp, things like that. I've also got another product that I will showcase in another video called Studio Director. This has the ability to connect to that and load the items created in Studio Director into here. So just for a bit of clarity, Studio Director is a podcasting platform that helps you create your episodes, and it also clips it into social media ready video as well. So you get a long form plus the shorter videos. So that'll come up in another video. So keep an eye out for that one. And then lead delivery. So SMTP, you just add in your SMTP settings. Any clients that work with me, I fill this out for them because they can use my SMTP service. They don't have to figure that out themselves. And then, of course, the AI for design editing. Now, I've only added in OpenAI as a compatible provider because everything in here was made with that LLM. So in my mind, I think sticking with that to edit is a good way to go. Otherwise, I'm going to have to learn how another system works and then work around that. So, and any clients that work with me, I usually provide the API key as well because those changes are so low cost. And then, yeah, just a settings page. Now, this is where during the import, it's actually grabbed a lot of the CSS and it's tried to understand how that works, and it's created a settings file based on that. So you don't have to do anything in settings. It's really just blog, events, media, leads, connections. That's about it. And then obviously you can get back to that front end. So that's it. This is the live version of the site now that we're looking at. And we've got, if we compare that to the local version, you'll notice that there was no homepage because it was the homepage. Now, because we've created all of the pages in this version, I've actually instructed the AI to make the landing page the homepage and then take the sections for each of these from the homepage and create them into their own page, like so. So it's taking all the examples from the examples section and it's put it into its own page. So these sections all exist throughout the the landing page, and then we've just turned them into the individual pages like so. Now this is a call to action at the top here. Where there's a call to action in the nav bar, it won't create a new page. It will actually link it to the home page, which is cool. So go straight to that section. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. It's fairly straightforward. Obviously, importer.Ryan Thomas. It's not really a website. It's just something I used for this video. But yeah, if you're out there creating landing pages with your LLM and you love the look of them, but the usability isn't there after you do so, reach out to me about Website Director. I'm not selling the product. what I'm doing is I'm selling the hosting. So if you want to use this product, I'll let you use it for free. You can bring your own API key for AI, and I can show you how to do that. I'm only charging the hosting, and it's very, very cheap. So if you're looking to play around with something like this, you want to learn how to do it or make your own version, or host your site with me using this tool, let me know, because I'd love to help you out. Thank you for watching today, and keep an eye out for that next one about Studio Director.